Hello, hello, hello. So today we are talking about Donna Summer, the queen of disco, who is known for songs like Love to Love You Baby, Last Dance, and MacArthur Park. Even after her reign in the 70s and disco was unbankable, she remained relevant and continued to garner hits like Bad Girls and She Works Hard for the Money in the 80s. But I was surprised to learn about her aspiration to become an actress. And I guess that's where she got the idea to perform her songs and take on sort of an acting role when she sings her songs. But she did say, well, the acting aspirations came to a halt after a bad experience with the movie Thank God It's Friday. She realized then that she would be pigeonholed into dissatisfying roles and gave up her dreams of being a movie star. But the public may have never got to hear the talents of Miss Summer if these three almost fatal events ended the way her attackers would have liked. Hello, my name is Tamika, and whether you stumbled upon Junkie for a Story or are here by intention, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please give it a like and subscribe by the end. And don't forget to hit the bell for notifications so you won't miss out whenever I release new videos. There is a link in the description box if you are interested in picking up Donna Summer's memoir, Ordinary Girl, which is the source material for this episode. And now, on to the video. Donna Summer remembers her childhood fondly. She was one of 6 children, 5 girls and 1 boy. Her parents raised their brood in a low-income housing project in Boston. This neighborhood was full of diversity. Summer remembers they didn't have much when it came to material things, and they didn't have a lot of money in her family, but their home was never short on love. However, while living in these projects, she experienced true crime firsthand. One day, the young Donna was running home from school with a group of neighborhood kids when she was hit by a stray bullet. She, being as young as she was, didn't know what had happened. She, in fact, had been shot above her right eye by a small caliber gun. When her brother recognized what happened and saw that something was wrong, he called out to her, "Donna Adrian Gaines, get on my back." And she said in her memoir, "My brother carried me into the light." She was then taken to the hospital. The bullet made a hole above her right eye. After a thorough examination in the ER, doctors told her that she would recover. After that incident, her parents began looking for a safer home to raise their children. Now, I know you want to leave. I know how you guys are. But I got 2 more stories to tell, okay? So one is of a crazy ex-boyfriend who tried to strip the world of Donna Summer and was consequently expelled back to Germany. But before I get to that one, let me tell you about this incident that precipitated Donna Summer moving to New York City. Donna Summer and her family were active in their community and church. It was a small-knit community where everybody knew everybody. And one day she was walking home and daydreaming about her plans for her future when she witnessed a group of boys mug an elderly woman on the street. One of the boys she happened to know from church. They ran past Donna Unashamed of the act they were about to commit, one of them punched the older woman in the face. Then they snatched her purse and ran off. She fell to the ground, and Donna Summer came to the older woman's aid. That was when she realized that the elderly woman was unconscious. She later learned the woman was deaf, which explains why she didn't respond to the boy's verbal threats. Donna immediately began doing CPR until the paramedics arrived. The woman spent a week in a coma, but unfortunately, she did die. Donna was overwhelmed with a major dilemma. She was apprehensive about reporting the crime, but her conscience couldn't let her ignore what she witnessed. Still, she feared retaliation because this was a group of kids who were committing these crimes in the neighborhood, and they were quite dangerous. She spoke to her parents and other people she trusted for guidance before bravely confessing to the police what she knew. The three boys were indicted and the case went to trial. Summer testified in what was a traumatic experience. One of the boys' lawyers tried to portray her as a working girl because she cut school on the day of the assault. You know, lawyers will try anything. Now, these group of boys were terrorizing the neighborhood for over 2 years, harassing the elderly and stealing older ladies' handbags, racking up thousands of dollars in money and stolen goods. Even after the guilty verdict was delivered, she received threats, most likely from the three convicts' friends. She was put in witness protection, but the threats persisted. It wasn't until an offer from a band named Crow saved her by offering her a singing gig in New York. She left Boston 3 weeks before graduating high school to become the female lead in a rock band in New York City. And then there was the time when Donna Summer was living in Germany. So she began, well, first she was married to Helmut Summer, who she had her daughter Mimi with. And then that relationship wasn't fulfilling for her, so she kind of went on and had other affairs outside of the marriage. One of them being with a man who happened to be married himself by the name of Gunther. Now, Gunther was a drunk and often would get into bar fights. He left his wife, or that is what was being said in the rumor mill, when Donna began dating him. She was separated from her husband and was taking care of her daughter, Mimi, but was feeling alone and lonely when she took on this tumultuous romance. After she learned the rumors were facts about how Gunther would beat his women, she knew she needed to get away from him. These are her words. Unfortunately, when Gunther was bad, he was horrible. She lived with him for a while, but knew she needed to get out of the relationship. She said, Gunther was indeed a dangerous man. I was terrified of his violent temper. While she was trying to figure out how to get herself out of this violent relationship, she focused on her music and eventually met a producer by the name of Giorgio Moroder, who taught her about radio hits and how to compose a song. He also brought the single Love to Love You Baby to the US after she recorded it. And when it became a hit, well, the rest is history. But when it comes to her personal life, she took advantage of the commercial success and seized the opportunity to return to the US with her daughter to go on a promo tour. Gunther was still in and out of her life when she was enjoying the spoils of being a diva. A disco diva, I should say. The bigger her celebrity became, the more he would take his insecurity out on her physically. She recalls one time when she tried to leave him, he kicked in the bathroom door, slapped her around, and threw her into a glass cabinet. Her skin and hair was covered in shards. Summer continued dating Gunther for years, even after becoming an international success. The people around her knew of her situation with this violent man and did what they could to busy Gunther and protect their star and moneymaker. One day, she was at her home in LA when Gunther visited. Her manager, Susan Manoa, knew of their volatile history, and she happened to call Donna Summer that day. Listening to the singer's tone, she knew something was wrong, terribly wrong. Manoa called the police to check on the Queen of Disco, and they interrupted Gunther's attempt to harm the superstar. Now, Gunther was jealous of Bruce from the Brooklyn Dreams because I guess he could sense Donna Summer's feelings for Bruce. So that's what was on his mind when he came out to LA. He confronted Donna about his suspicion, and I guess he didn't like her answer. She says, he bodily threw me across the garage. I banged on the door and yelled for someone to please help me. My personal assistant, Pat Naderhoff, was there, but she was on the other side of the house at first and couldn't hear me. Then he kept beating Donna Summer when Pat finally heard her screams and opened the door. Gunther lunged after Pat, but she managed to escape to another part of the house and hid. And that was when Donna's manager, Susan Manoa, happened to call. Consequently, his visa was revoked and he was expelled back to Germany. And she went on to marry the love of her life, Bruce Sudano from Brooklyn Dreams. And that is the story of how Donna Summer almost never became the Queen of Disco. When she died on May 17th, 2012, at the age of 63, in her home in Naples, Florida, from lung cancer, she received numerous tributes, one of them being from her former manager and friend, Susan Manoa. She said, "For me, I will be forever blessed by my friendship with Donna, our working relationship and sisterhood. This is a great loss we all share. Yet in the midst of it, I want to be sure we celebrate her and her journey. She was more than she called herself, more than an ordinary girl." That was in a Kiss of Bliss blog. Well, I hope you liked this episode. And if you are liking Junkie for a Story, I would appreciate it if you spread the word. Thank you again for listening and watching. If you liked this video, give it a like, comment, subscribe if you choose, and let me know your thoughts about Donna Summer's personal life. She did get it right when she married the love of her life. They were together for the rest of her years. So she had a turbulent personal life for a little while, but as far as her romantic life, it was a little rocky there, but she got it right in the end. I would recommend her memoir, Donna Summer, Ordinary Girl, The Journey. She spoke candidly in her memoir about her ups and downs, her loves and letdowns, which was co-written with Marc, Eliot. So yes, I would recommend it. It's a quick read too. It's less than 300 pages, I believe, and she has quite the sense of humor. And yes, I enjoyed her memoir, so I would highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.